They define the glitz and spectacle of the Las Vegas Strip. Siegfried and Roy, the ultimate showmen. Masters of magic, with their ever-present companions, those white tigers and lions.
The single most successful entertainment attraction in Las Vegas history, 30 years, 48 weeks a year, capacity business.
Roy was always bigger than life.
Roy is the animal lover, Siegfried the illusionist.
Siegfried is a magician that comes along once in a generation.
Together, they set Vegas on fire.
What was the secret sauce between the two of you on stage?
You know, I really don't know. First of all, we have been a very good team, Siegfried and Roy. And the way how it always worked was we challenged each other.
What does he mean to you?
All these years we are together and what we achieved, I said, I thank you very much. And I think I said, I love you. So, and he says, if I would have to do it again, I would do everything again the same way. I regret nothing.
The show changing the face of entertainment on the Strip.
It sort of transcended everything that Las Vegas had seen till then. You know, and that led to Cirque du Soleil, and that led to Blue Man Group, and that led to Chris Angel, and all of them kind of patterned that show off of what the Siegfried and Roy show was at the Mirage.
But it was the relationship with the tigers that was extraordinary.
Roy had this almost magical contact with them. He adored them. They seemed to adore him.
Wow, and the future has already begun.
He started to bring him on stage when they have 3 weeks old, and the animal, they felt comfortable and secure when Roy was there.
And the names are Pride and Joy. Say hello.
All of these animals are show business babies. They're trained not to be afraid of the stage, the lights, the sound, the people.
With 45 years working with animals on stage, there'd never been a serious accident until October 3rd, 2003. It was Roy's 59th birthday. The audience packed with A-listers and friends.
What happened?
All of a sudden I felt very, very dizzy and very blurry. And I couldn't really step my feet further, so I tripped and fall.
You tripped and fell because you were dizzy?
Yeah.
Whatever the reason, Roy is now in a horrifying position. He is laying on the stage floor underneath Manticore, and the animal is not responding to him.
The next thing we knew, the tiger was on top of Roy.
Just take me back to that night as best you can.
Manticore was waiting to get his jump up Roy's shoulder and get his treat. And Roy was there, and he said no to Manticore. No, 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 no. And then Manticore went on top of him, and he looked around, and he didn't know, like in his face was, what's going on, what one? And then he grabbed him here, and he carried him for Roy. Usually Manticore took. Manticore took Roy backstage.
You're saying that Roy he collapsed even before this happened, and that Manticore was trying to help him off stage.
Of course.
The duo have always insisted it was a tragic accident, saying Roy had a stroke on stage, prompting Manticore to pick Roy up by his neck and pull him off stage, they say, for his safety.
You really firmly believe that Manticore saved your life?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that he saved your life because you think you were already having a stroke?
Yeah.
Family members and also a lot of fans have been coming out here in front of the hospital hoping for some good news.
I was laying on an operation table, had a kind of an out-of-body experience.
You had an out-of-body experience where you saw that happening to yourself?
Yeah. I stepped off the table. I had seen a bright, bright light, and I followed the light. But I got the definite message to return.
Chris Lawrence, one of the trainers on stage that fateful night, disputes that account, telling The Hollywood Reporter his version. He says a mistake by Roy triggered the tiger. Instead of walking Manticore in a circle, as is usually done, he just used his arm to steer him right back into his body.
Chris Lawrence has come forward now saying
I know.
that Roy essentially was to blame. Was he?
No way.
Chris says that that is a story to protect the brand. Why do you think he says that?
I have no idea. He had problems with his life anyway. So something you have to, I don't know. I don't know what goes on. I just know his life was full of problems.
The details of the tragedy may never be truly clear, but the performers say they're at peace. At 74 and 80, the two don't seem to be slowing down, often greeting fans at the Secret Garden, a complex on the grounds of the Mirage where visitors can see lions and tigers.
Do you miss it? Do you miss the stage?
No, I really don't miss it. We have been on stage in Vegas just by themselves for 40 years on stage. You know, and we had the most successful show in the history of Las Vegas anyway.
Life is a mirage, ghost imagination, pure inspiration, conscious levitation. Nothing's impossible, nothing's concealed. Everything here is more real. What is fantastic is all in your head. Who creates wonders like nobody can? Siegfried and Roy, you know it's Siegfried and Roy. So be it Siegfried and Roy. I'm gonna Siegfried and Roy. When it's Siegfried and Roy, it's the mind over magic in you. Your own thoughts play the game in the magical wonders they do. The mind is the magic. Give the hand and I'll change your emotion. Strange things appear from euphoric devotion. Everything's happening, nothing's unreal. Hallucinating the mind in the real. Seeking like panthers that suddenly fly. White tigers stalking your mind. Hallucinating the things that you see. This kind of magic so hard to believe. We are Siegfried and Roy. You know it's Siegfried and Roy. So we are Siegfried and Roy. You're gonna
against them. 5 years ago, few in Las Vegas would have bet that Siegfried and Roy would perform together again on stage. But as it turns out, smart money was on their return. And now the stage is set for the big payoff. Siegfried and Roy transformed a simple magic act into one of the most successful partnerships in show business history. But for the last 5 years, they've been in the business of healing.
Weiter? Okay. Good.
Now, for one night in front of thousands of friends and fans, they have returned to their roots.
I have an announcement to make. The spirit of Siegfried and Roy has just arrived.
for the magic that is around you. In nature, plants, flowers, and all the animals which we share this planet with. Look for it, and let it enlighten your heart and your life.
For Siegfried and Roy, it was the chance to finally say goodbye. They even shared the stage with Manticore, the tiger that forever altered their destiny. For them, the night was about changing what had been a tragic last performance together on stage into a triumphant final appearance.
Are you ready for the second show?
Yeah! Backstage, it was a tearful family reunion.
All right, all these faces, oh my God. Oh.
Sharon's crying.
Many of the people who worked with Siegfried and Roy on thousands of past shows wanted to be there to help out on their friend's final night.
Five and a half years later, and half the cast is here tonight. We'll always be a family, and nothing will change that.
You did it, man. You did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. All good.
Siegfried and Roy now hope to show people there is more than one kind of magic in their lives.
Of course, a lot of people saw this as a comeback, but for us it was an opportunity to give, to create a new magic, a different magic. Of course, when we created a show, it always came from the heart. This show tonight came from a fulfilled heart.